Hi. Sorry about that. Hi. I've been working on a cinematic, more faster tactical AI for totally accurate battle simulator. And I have posted a lot of showcases on this channel, quite a few of them, if I'm being honest. But I don't really speak in them or use my voice, so a lot of the features and tweaks that I've made might go otherwise unnoticed. So, first off, let me show you what a vanilla or default fight in Totally Accurate Battle Simulator looks like. It's 2 rows of 5 squires on each side. An equal composition. And notice how fast they're moving, or the speed at which they're moving. And notice that when they finally do get within range to engage, they don't move around that much. They just sort of wait a couple seconds and swing and stand there until they're ready to swing again. Until there is only one team missing. Which is perfectly fine. That's a perfectly valid way to balance the units of your game. But after I got a hold of the unit editor, I started tweaking with it and started to wonder what it would look like if... Which section? There it is. Well, it would look like if I, in the case of this unit, increase the health, increase the movement speed, gave pretty much all the units that I've made, if I'm being honest, some sort of dodge ability, and lowered the damage in a lot of the cases. And now this is, the red team is my modified AI versus the blue team's default or vanilla AI that comes packaged with the game. Notice how much faster the red team is moving, and how much more aggressive they are. And notice how much more they move around in combat, especially compared to the blue team. Much more, in my opinion, much more dynamic and exciting of a fight. So, now let me go ahead and show you what it looks like when it's 5 of the same units on both sides, the gladiator. So like I was saying earlier, I basically changed the movement speed in most cases, actually in all the cases, making it faster. Even the slowest unit is, the slowest unit that I've made is still faster than the fastest unit I made. Well, not the cavalry units, but anyway, I've made them move faster than the usual normal units. And then on top of that, in a lot of cases, change their health. For the most part, the health is scaled up a lot more. It's pretty common to see some of the more special units, such as the Fencer, have sub 100 health, whereas most of the units are above 100, if even 200. For example, the Gladiators range from like 5 to 700, if I'm not mistaken, roughly. And I've also reduced the damage, which, as you can see, does result in a longer fight. But for the most part, the reduced damage is so that way when these units are fighting up against groups of the vanilla units, they don't just immediately destroy them. And then, like I said, in most cases, I gave almost all the units some form of dodge ability, be it the backward step, back step, or the Fencer dodge. And then, depending on the type of unit, they might have some sort of headbutt, or the Shogun dodge. In this case, they weren't able to secure the win, but that's another point. The whole point of this AI is not to be overpowered compared to the regular AI. It's meant to at worst be a more cinematic and dynamic fight, and at best complement the AI, which is why. And the gladiators are really good at taking out stronger units, especially the vanilla type, but they struggle when they're outnumbered. That should be fun. But yeah, as I was saying, they move. The movement's faster. The damage is usually lower. They have a bunch of abilities. Trying to think if there's any other drastic changes that I did. I think that pretty much encapsulates what all of them do. Really what you're seeing is just a rehashing of all the different values. And already the unit creator has a very robust amount of options. So you could change up. You could have... Sorry, I'm watching this fight and trying to figure out who's gonna win. But you're able, yeah, it's gonna be the knights in this case probably. Yep. But yeah, there's all longer. One of the points I was trying to make earlier. Sometimes the fights are usually a bit longer than a normal default fight due to survivability, but longer does not always mean better. In some cases, a lot of cases it does, but if you are looking for a faster fight, these are some of the more brutally inclined units of Black Legion. Absolutely destroyed in a very short amount of time. This is what it looks like versus the I'll make it balanced, 3500 versus 3500 here. And I did my best to balance. I'm not going to go through all the units in this showcase, demonstration, analysis, whatever you want to call it, but I do want to bring different units to show off. So yeah, there are different sort of rock, paper, scissors units that do better or worse depending on what they're up against. I don't quite remember off the top of my head what the counter for the Legionnaire is, so we'll just do the equivalent vanilla versus my equivalent here. And the reason the Legionnaires move that relative, I did make them move slightly faster, but they move more or less at the same speed, because their whole deal, the Legionnaires' whole deal, is that they're supposed to move in a line. So naturally, against other soldiers, they might struggle, especially when, you know, they're outnumbered. That's not quite balanced from a budget perspective, but 10v10 I think is when... The balance, of course, is still a work in progress. That is going to be the part that takes the most amount of time, if I'm being completely honest, because throwing numbers at a wall and saying, oh, that looks good, we'll keep it in there, it can only get you so far. The rest of it has to be intentional. Oh man, for a second I thought they were gonna have that. But yeah, all sorts of different types of behaviors, and and tactics. The Crusaders are some of the most aggressive units in the game. Throw themselves at the enemy, quite literally. Uh-oh. Grappling here. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness, he clutched it with a 1 health point. And that is one of the goals of this cinematic AI, is to not only make the fights faster, like as far as maneuver wise, but also to make it so that way that the health bars are a little bit closer and cut down to the wire, because that's one of the things when it comes to the math. If I show you the squires here, for example, each swing that they do has roughly 100 health, or excuse me, does roughly 100 damage, and each unit has roughly 100 health. So with one swing, you go from full health to no health, maybe like 5 health or 10 health at the end. So at the end of the day, all of the units are dying in 1, maybe 2 hits. So the health bars will always be sort of trending either towards full health or being at around 10% of the health. Whereas when you have a lower damage value, there will be more opportunity lower, which in my opinion makes it seem like the fight is a lot closer when there's no one who's getting out of the fight 100% unscathed. So it does add a little bit of variance to the outcomes. And they all have their different behaviors. Not all of them have a dedicated dodge. The defender, in this case, that's the name of this unit, doesn't really dodge. He just has a very high health pool. And there we go. So yeah, I just wanted this to be a quick little demonstration here, just showing off the different types of the units and how they operate, sort of go into detail about how they operate and the different ways that they function. I'll leave you with the lowest tiered fight that I can probably make. And if people find interest in these types of videos and the sort of work that I'm doing, I'm just doing it for fun, but if anyone people start to find interest, I might, who knows, maybe even release this as a full-on video, because I'm still trying to figure out. So yeah, have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching.